Hello, and thank you so much for taking the time to actually watch my video. This video will be of help to you if you struggle with finding determination. I'm going to talk about what I do to try and keep myself motivated and obviously determined to try and succeed in whatever I try and do. Before I do that, I'm going to ask you if you're interested in personal development and it's something which you obviously want to pursue, please consider subscribing. Now, with determination, you need to really, if you want to be more determined, you first of all need to understand what determination is. Yeah, I've not got a dictionary to hand, but it's going to be something like creating or maintaining the mindset to achieve and do whatever's necessary to achieve your goal. Now, there's so many things in life which obviously this applies to them. Yeah, your family, your work, your job, your ambition, whatever it is you're trying to do, you need to understand that determination is something which is necessary to obviously reach and obviously get to wherever it is we want to go. Now, for me, I've always been quite a motivated person. I've always, achieved quite a lot in my life. I did reasonably well at school, reasonably well at college. But you need to understand that when you're doing those sort of things, you're kind of being guided by other people. And I think that when we leave school, it's very easy when you leave school or leave college that you kind of go into like a dip. You kind of stay wherever you are. It might be that perhaps you're doing something at work and you're being kind of pushed along, and obviously you're trying to get promoted. But for a lot of people, and for me as well, when I first left school, you kind of stay in one place. You kind of don't realise, if you like, that there's more that you can be doing to help yourself and more importantly your family to obviously get ahead. Now, for me, I kind of fell into personal development a while ago. I started watching videos on it, and it made me realise that really we can achieve within reason, quite a lot in our life should we decide to make that commitment and take that journey. Now, back to being determined. Why is it so important? Yeah. Because by being determined, in my eyes, it's more than a word, it's a commitment to actually putting down on paper. This is what I do anyway. Put down on paper what it is you actually are going to do to achieve whatever it is you want. Now, if I talk about my YouTube channel, yeah, it's something which I started a while ago. It's taking obviously time, it doesn't happen overnight. And through researching about YouTube and about what makes people's channels take off, and obviously do well, I've come across certain things which I've been told, or which I've actually listened to, that I need to do. Now, to do all what I need to do, it's going to take time, but more importantly, it's going to take determination, because from what I can gather, in the outset, you don't see much reward. It's kind of like it's like planting a seed. You're not actually seeing much return or any return. Yeah, but you need to understand that with a lot of things that you're probably aiming for in life, this is always going to be the case. So, okay, it's okay to say, well, I'm determined. I'm going to do this and I'm going to succeed. But the trouble is when you hit a wall, it's when you hit something which makes you think, hold on a minute, things ain't working out as planned. In my case, a while ago, I ain't getting as many views as what I want. Why is this happening? You know what I mean? You kind of start feeling despondent. How do you overcome that? How do you overcome that feeling? Well, it's through determination. And it's through putting down something in black and white at the start, yeah? At the start. Because if you say if you just start doing something and you perhaps, in my case, if I put up 2 or 3 videos, 4 videos, 10 videos and thought, well, hold on a minute, I'm not getting that many views, I could have very easily give up. Yeah, there's been times, I'm not going to lie, I'm a human. Yeah, even, you look and you think, is this working? But the trouble is, it's this doubt, this fear, this uncertainty, this worrying about what other people might think about what you're doing. There's so many obstacles which stop so many people from actually achieving what they want to achieve. And for me, the way you get over this, the only way I can see it that when see to get over this problem is to write down what it is you're willing to do to get to wherever you're going to go. Yeah. Now, if I go back to when I first started my YouTube channel and my son Charlie, we were joking about things. We were, he was taking the Mickey out of me, and oh, Dad, no one's watching, and and he was my son. He loves me. I love him a bit, but he was just kind of joking, but obviously where he was joking, part of me, if you like, the negative bit of my mind was thinking, well, what have I got to do? How do I get more people? So these things creep in, yeah. This doubt, this negativity, it creeps in, yeah. So how do you get over it? Again, I go back to what I did right at the start, and that is I said to my son, I am going to do this, yeah. And then he kept saying to me, mucking about, well, how long is it going to take, Dad? How long are you going to give it? Yeah. And I could see what he was doing. He was worried that I wasn't going to get views and that I was wasting my time, and that, I could understand him, and I loved him for it, really, for being the way he was. But my answer to him, and I mentioned it in another video, was, what's the hurry? And he kind of said, what do you mean? I said, well, what's the hurry? I said, there's no hurry. I said, this is something that Daddy believes in. It's something that I want to do. So why are you busting yourself for it to work so quickly? I said to him, I don't know what's around the corner. What I'm getting at is, that's not what is important. Obviously, you want to do well, and your end result, the reason for whatever you're doing, you want to achieve. Yeah, I'm no different. But I think it's important that you can create a mindset where you believe in what it is you're trying to achieve, and that more important, that's obviously really important, but then also, as equally important, you commit to doing whatever it is you're going to do. So for me with YouTube, I said to myself I would try and upload 2 to 3 videos a week, because this is what you need to do. You need to obviously promote yourself, and also obviously do other things with social media, but you need to do it religiously. So what I do now is I'm uploading videos. I try and do it weekly. I did a while ago, I had a spell where I didn't do anything for a couple of weeks. And the reason that wasn't because I wasn't doing anything. It was because I've actually started my blog. I've actually got my own blog now, www.colintalks.co.uk, which is aimed at, it's all based on personal development. Now the idea is with that is that's going to run alongside my my YouTube channel, and I'm promoting my videos as well on my blog. So there's loads of different things you've got to do, and it all takes time, and it all takes commitment, yeah, and determination. But the way I have got over this is that I've told myself that that there's no hurry. That's the first thing, and that it's going to take time. And I've actually written down what what I'm actually willing to do. And it's basically my list here is basically to upload videos twice a week. Yeah, I'm just going to read out what I've said I'm going to try and do, or what I am going to do. Upload a couple of videos a week. I'm going to write and create 1 article a week on my blog, and then I'm going to keep on. I'm going to create some pins on Pinterest, which are like boards that advertise what my article or what my video is about, and I'm going to be pinning it and linking it back to my other content, and I'm basically just going to pursue it without really knowing what's going to happen. That's the difficult bit, yeah. Without really knowing what's going to happen, but with thinking about what could possibly happen, yeah. Now, like I say, I'm quite a positive guy, but doing this is not easy. Creating, keeping the the momentum, if you like, the the adrenaline going towards this. It's not always simple, and that's where you have to have some sort of plan of action. Yeah, you have to have a plan of action, because if you ain't got a plan, if unless you actually make a plan and commit and say to yourself, I am going to do 2-3 videos a week. I'm going to write an article, 2 articles a week. I'm going to promote and make traffic go towards my different articles and blogs. Unless you commit to doing that, then it ain't going to happen for you. It's just not going to happen for you. But you need to understand that it can happen if you decide to make it happen. This is the important bit. This is the bit that I didn't get before I really got involved in personal development. Yeah, that basically I can do whatever I decide to do, and I can achieve within, obviously, within limitations, whatever it is I try to try and achieve. Yeah. Now, if you're thinking that you can't achieve what you want to achieve, then you need to think back in history to when Edison was trying to invent a light bulb. I mean, can you imagine the guy in his little workshop, whatever he had, and he's sitting there, and he's got this concept in his mind, that electricity jumps and that, I mean, and he kept trying it, and he tried it over. Apparently, I think it was over 1,000. He just kept trying all the time. What would have happened if that bloke had ever given up? We'd all be sitting here in darkness. Yeah. So, you need to think, going away from determination now, but trying to inspire you a little bit. It might be that you're thinking about doing something. It might be that you're thinking about doing your own business. It might be that, like me, you're thinking about creating a blog. It might be you're interested in cooking or fishing and you want to start, doing something with it. Why can't you? Why can't you? You need to try and find the confidence to make a start. And then when you have found the confidence to make that start, you basically need to create discipline. You need to create discipline. And I'm just going to mention very quickly about a little story which I heard, and I apologise, I can't remember what video it was on, but it was like a motivational personal development video, and this guy was on about these 2 kids that started doing karate. And one guy said to him, he said, well, how long will it take me to be a black belt? And this guy responded, he said, if you did it 2 or 3 times a week for the next 3 years or whatever it was, then you would achieve a black belt. And the bloke went, oh. He said, I thought I could do it quicker than that. And then another guy who was a bit overweight, perhaps didn't have the mental aptitude to achieve what it was that he wanted to achieve. He asked him, he said, how long would it take me? And he said to him, well, he said, you've obviously, perhaps you've got to work on your physique, and you've got to do this, you've got to do that. If you train for 3 times a week for the next 5 years, you'll probably reach a black belt. And, it was like 2 or 3 years longer than what the other guy was told. But it doesn't alter the fact that he could have still, if he chose to, commit to that, reach black belt. And that's what I'm trying to get at in this video. It's that your own beliefs of what you can and can't achieve are your own limiting beliefs. It might be that they've been brought upon you, someone's passed them down to you. It could be your family. People in your family might have been negative. You might have had friends putting you off, or whatever it is you want to do. And you've kind of been soaking up this negative energy. You've been soaking up the concept that you can't achieve, because it ain't obviously happened. So how do you know? But how do you know it ain't going to happen? Yeah, that's the idea of this video. That's the idea of my channel, really. And that sums it up in a nutshell, really. How do you know what you can and can't achieve unless you take a step towards it? You don't. That is the simple answer. You don't. There's so many people that are, they've kind of been raised as a clone to do something that someone else has told them to do. It might be that they're following in their dad's footsteps because their dad thinks that's what's right for them. And little do they know, they could have been like a, brilliant at the piano, or they could have been a brilliant cook, or they just not chose to believe in themselves. And that obviously comes down to confidence and obviously finding the motivation. But if you can find the belief within yourself to start, and then you set down, what it is you're determined to achieve, and that you are going to achieve it, and you physically write down what you're willing to do, I don't see how you can't not succeed. I really don't. I don't know. I don't honestly see how you cannot succeed. And you need to realise, I'm just going to add this on very quickly, the very fact that you've taken this leap, or that you're looking to take this leap towards greatness, to achieve something in your life, even if you try it and it don't work out, don't look upon yourself as a failure, because you're not. Because you don't know what you might have achieved if you perhaps gone a little bit further. Yeah? Some of the most successful people in the world, I've mentioned it in other videos, but it's worthy of being mentioned again. And that is, even people that have achieved immense greatness in their life, they didn't always achieve everything in their life. It was only by pursuing something with the belief and the mindset, and the determination that is led to some great people achieving fantastic things in their life. So this is what you got to do. You need to think about what it is you want to do, what you like, what you love, what you believe in, what you think's worthy of your time. Write it down. Then write down what you can do to actually get to wherever it is you want to get to, and then write down what you're willing to do, and then see whether or not what you're willing to do actually will get you towards your end result. Yeah, will actually get towards your end result. If someone said to me now, and it's just laughing out loud, if you like, talking out loud, I had to create 10,000 videos. That's a lot of videos. 10,000 videos. And I've just thought this figure off the top of my head. Yeah, to make $1 million. Yeah, because obviously you're talking about your blog, your website, you're building your brand, whatever it is you're willing to do. If someone told you that, yeah, would you go out and do it? Would you do it? If it might be that you've got involved in a network marketing business, and someone who's above you in your network might have said to you, well, if you recruit 100 people into this business, you'll become a millionaire in 5 years. Do you think you'd be able to do it? You might think you'd be that you're able to do it, but unless you know what it is you need to do, how many people you need to talk to, how many cards you have to drop, how many advertisements you have to run to bring in these leads, unless you know that, then you don't know what you need to do to get to where you want to go. That's what training's for. Yeah, I watch videos on other people that have got YouTube channels, how they've become successful. I'm listening to what it is that they've done, so I know what I need to do. Yeah, I don't know that my end result will be the same as theirs, but I definitely won't get anywhere unless I do what I know I've got to do. Yeah, that's what this video's about. That's what my channel's about. It's about making you believe and forget about any limiting beliefs that you might have had in the past from people that have put a downer on you. Just because their life's shit and because they're not doing it. Yeah, they're talking you out of your dream. You got to overcome it. You got to say, I'm going to do it. I'm going to persevere. Yeah, I'm going to be determined, and I'm going to persevere and head in a positive direction. Yeah, because if you start heading towards something that's positive, right, if you start heading in that direction, towards that money pot, towards that better life, towards that greater living with your family, if you start heading towards that destination, the mere fact that you are heading in that positive direction will make everything else in your life positive. Yeah? It will make you start believing in other things in your life. Yeah? It will make you appreciate that your limiting beliefs are just that. They are just things that you have created in your own mind. That for whatever reason you start to believe, that you start to believe when you was young. But they're not actually true. Yeah? They're not actually true. They're a figment of your imagination. But you need to decide now, what are you going to do? Now, what are you going to write down that you're going to do today to move towards a greater good, move towards a greater goal? And if you need more inspiration, because that's the other thing, you need inspiration, motivation. It's not just being determined. You've got to get to that stage. If you need determination to move forward, do what I do. Think about your children. If you've got children, think about your children and your children's future and about where they're going to be in 10 years' time. Yeah? Yeah, think about that. Because some people are content with what they've got. They're content with, I was watching a video earlier. A guy said, he was saying that some people they're content with earning, $2,000 a month or £3,000 a month. They're not worried about earning 10 grand a month or 100 grand a month. Yeah? Because they're just not that way, right? But for me, I look upon it, for me, I look at the reason I do what I'm doing is because I'm trying to build something for my children. I don't know that it's going to work, but that's my mindset, that's my reason, that's my why. If you haven't got a why, then you ain't going to succeed, I don't believe, because you need to have that reason, that reason to move forward in that direction. Yeah, so you need to watch. Don't just, I ain't just saying watch my videos, watch other videos on personal development. Learn how to build your confidence, learn how to build perseverance, determination. Whatever it is you want to do, whether it's YouTube, I ain't saying do YouTube, but whatever it is you want to get good at, you need to learn all about it. Learn everything. I'm going to do a video soon. I thought about it earlier, and I'm going to call it, Are You Earning While You're Learning? Are you learning, while you're earning? Because if you're not, you're going to stand still. Yeah? Don't be somebody that stands still. Say to yourself, I am not going to stand still. I am moving forward. Yeah? And if people want to neg you out, if you have to, leave them behind. Yeah? Leave them behind. Because you ain't going to, you just need to create a mindset to achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. And start writing things down, what you're going to do daily, weekly, monthly. Have them written down and stick to it religiously. That comes before watching Netflix. That comes before, watching something else on telly or before doing something else. Yeah? You need to schedule what you need to do to achieve where you want to be, and you need to at the same time be scheduling time for a fun, family time. And obviously, you're like me, I've got a job where I have to earn immediate money, and you have to schedule that time as well. Yeah? And don't beat yourself. I'm just going to end it now. I don't want to go, it's gone on too long already, but with whatever it is you're trying to achieve, you need to as well just appreciate. And I know I said it at the start, but you really have to tell yourself it's not going to happen overnight. Especially if you're doing like I'm doing a blog, YouTube channel, anything where you're trying to build something that's got hopefully a long-term, it's a long-term strategy. So, you need to remind yourself of that. Otherwise, you're going to get negged out by it because you're going to see little reward at the start, and it's going to put you off pursuing what you know you can pursue. If only you write it down. Yeah. If you write it down, write it down. If I don't do that, then I am a, what? If I don't write an article, then I'm not serious. If I don't do this, I'm not serious about YouTube. Because how can you be if you're not doing what you're what you've said you will do. Yeah, I watch I watch other videos, and I watch other videos like on personal development, and it's true. So many of these videos from like these top class coaches, they talk about people consuming content. They keep learning about what it is they need to do rather than actually putting it into action. Yeah, well, you need to balance that. It's good to watch videos, watch personal development videos, to watch training videos, but you need to be balancing that with creating content, writing, doing what it is you need to do as well. I was watching a video earlier all about a guy that does blogging, and he said so many people, when they start writing blogs, they start writing, whether it's a recipe blog or a dating blog or whatever it is they're writing, they're so worried about what it is that they're going to write. They're thinking that every single person that reads their article is going to have a bachelor's degree in English, and that it has to be, every single word has to be written the right, the correct way. And this guy said it doesn't. He said because 80% of the people that are reading your blog, they just want to learn something. They just want to get inspiration, or they just want to read about something. Or it might be they've just seen a post and they've just decided to read it. They're not going to be that critical of what it is you're doing. Yeah. So I'm just trying to inspire you to say to yourself that, it don't matter if you're perfect. You know what I mean? It don't matter if you're perfect. It really don't. Who do you know is? Stop worrying about what other people think about what it is you're doing. Just decide that you want to do it, that you believe in it, and make tracks and set goals to move in that direction. I hope this has inspired you. I hope it's made you feel a little bit more determined. I hope it's given you the belief that you can actually do whatever it is you decide to do. It's like me now. I'm going to go for a walk in a minute. I get to decide if I do that. I get to decide if I walk around the block once. I get to decide if I walk around the block 10 times. It's my decision. I get to decide if I make another video. Someone could send me a message, "Oh, you're wasting your time, mate." But he don't control me. That person doesn't control me. And I don't care what he thinks. This is the mindset you need to adopt if you're going to achieve something. Yeah? Because you can't let anyone else put you off your dream. Yeah? Don't let anyone take you away from it. Determination, perseverance, confidence, writing things down. These are the only, these are like, these are tools in your toolkit. And if you're not using all these different tools to create the life that you want to create, then you ain't going to create it. Yeah. And that ain't being negative. That's being realistic. I'm a very straight guy. You need to focus on what it is you want to do and set the ball in motion. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I hope it's inspired you. Please, please, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe. I'm always bringing videos out. Yeah? Thumbs up, subscribe. Please leave a comment. Yeah? And I hope to see you on another one of my videos. And I'm going to mention it again. I've got my own blog, www.colintalks.co.uk. I'd really appreciate it if you just go on there and leave a comment. Obviously, I'm trying to get my blog more well known, and if the post you read is inspiring, I'd really appreciate it if you share it to any social media platforms that you are a member of. Thank you so much, and don't forget me thumbs up. Thank you.